What's up, guys? Kevin here. I'm declaring Xbox Series X the most powerful console and the better console for developers to make games for. As of right now, because again, this is the second time in a week where we see a developer coming out saying, we're going to have to delay the PS5 either patch or version of a game. So we know Biomutant is not running at 4K, a native 4K on the PS5. They had to drop it down to 1080p, upscale to 4K. And now Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. Hi, snipers. Ooh, I'm a sniper. It is with regret that we must today announce a delay of the PS5 version of Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. This is a result of unforeseen technical issues that we've only very recently discovered. This will not affect the launch date of other announced platforms. The game is still set to release on planned PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC on 4th June 2021. We call that June 4th, 2021. That's how we do it in America. And we are very confident with how the game performs on these other platforms. We have a highly experienced and dedicated team working hard to ensure the PlayStation 5 version meets a similarly high standard. All PS4 editions will include a free digital upgrade to the PS5 version, ready to download upon its release to ensure PS5 players can still enjoy the game on 4th of June. As a gesture of goodwill in light of this news, we have decided to release the first major DLC, a new and extensive region, complete with brand new contracts free of charge to the entire player base across all versions. Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. I would have been mad, like, all right, only the PS5 users get that. But hey, and it's another story here where the PlayStation 5 is, I was very convinced, Mark Cerny, and it's still probably true to an extent, maybe especially once we get to full native PS5 only games, that the PS5 is very easy to work on for the devs. But, we're waiting for the tools. We're waiting for the tools on Xbox. You keep hearing that, but if you really think about it, they built a system that works very well with Xbox One games. Whatever they got in place there, with smart delivery and such. Remember smart delivery? Remember how PlayStation guys were mocking Xbox? Like, oh, it's just a marketing term. Shut the hell up. But Xbox put together a very nice machine. And we're starting to see games really start to push away from on the Series X version compared to the PS5. Like Mass Effect runs at, I think it's 4K 120 or 1440p 120, whatever it is, it doesn't run at 120 on PS5. Nier Replicant is probably the first game I've done like a head-to-head where I'm like, wow, that looks way better on the Series X than the PS5. Now, all this being said, like, dude, you sound like a fanboy. Yeah, I root for Series X. I really am. But I play all my stuff on PlayStation 5 because I like the user experience. I like the trophies. And I really like the DualSense. I like the mushy buttons. I really do. The clicky face buttons on the Xbox controller. Yeah. And man, the DualSense, man, Returnal was such an important game in terms of just the 3D audio and DualSense. Just showing off, hey, like, this is where we beat Xbox at. And it's really nice because 4K gaming has been around for what, last 5-6 years? Now we're moving over to the other senses. Get those other senses tingling to make them feel next gen. So that's where PlayStation wins. But again, this is just proof that Xbox Series X is the better console, is the most powerful console, probably the best place to play the games. And not to say that if you buy these games on PlayStation or play them on PlayStation 5, you're going to have a bad time. But, try not to get this information in your head. Maybe I'm doing a disservice, because once you know this information, like, oh, man, I know this plays better on the Series X than playing on the PS5. But I mean, most people are casual gamers. If you're watching this or listening to this, you're probably really in the know. I'm probably telling you stuff that you already know about, and you're probably just here to be like, yeah, fuck you, Xbox X. My favorite thing on Twitter is whenever someone posts like anything pro Xbox or pro, like if the PlayStation Twitter posts anything, there's a bunch of reply guys that say Xbox is better, Xbox is better. And then on the Xbox side, it's a bunch of reply guys that says PlayStation's better, PlayStation's better. Like, these people live. What are they, just F5 Twitter on the Xbox and PlayStation accounts to be the first one to reply on their tweets? I don't know what they get for it. I don't know. From what I understand, people who were reply guys to Trump actually made a name of themselves and profited. I don't know if anyone's profiting off being reply guys to Xbox and PlayStation accounts. Maybe. I know there's some people, I know like J-Dub, that dude just sits there and trolls all fucking day about PlayStation. Same with a few others. And I'm like, man, I hope PlayStation is paying you. I really do. Or you're the biggest sucker alive. And then Xbox guys are kind of just like, yeah, I love my Xbox. Like, they go, I appreciate Xbox guys a lot more, but sometimes I think they go a little too far and being like, oh, wait for E3, Starfield. Like, yo, you weren't talking about Starfield until Bethesda announced or Xbox bought Bethesda. But you got a better console here. Just be happy. You got a really good console. That's what's really important here, is we're starting this generation with two really good consoles. The PS4 and Xbox One both really sucked. Xbox One sucked a lot more because it couldn't even get to 1080p on a lot of games. So we're in a good place. Again, like, I'm not playing games at 30 FPS unless it's Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which is kind of weird because that game can run probably at 300 FPS. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you think and I will talk to you later.